applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of BWT. I'm your host, Teddy, and today we will be recapping two series as I was away on a little vacation at the end of the Royals series and the beginning of the Rays. So we're going to knock two series out right here, right now on this episode. We got the Yankees and the Royals, and then the Yankees and the Rays. Before I get started, I want to make sure that you guys are liking this video, sharing it with any baseball fans or Yankee fans that you may know. Also, want to make sure that you guys are subscribing to the network so you do not miss another video that I drop here on my YouTube. If you want to see where I'm at on other socials, at Teddy Mercado on Instagram and Twitter, so you can find me there. I also post all my content. I got shorts, I got reels. Make sure you guys tune into that. And I also want to make sure that you guys are showing the rest of the Refuse to Lose community some love by subscribing to their shows as well. We've got CTC, Carl Talking College, RBO, Real Ballers Only, FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach. You got Unfazed with AJ and Joe. We've got In the Red Corner with Tomo, Ty, and Ricky. We got Dave's Doghouse with Dave. And, of course, the main show, Refuse to Lose, which is basically the sports center of the entire network. They cover everything. Make sure you guys are subscribed to those channels as well. You can find them in the description of this video. The link is there for that channel. So just takes 2 seconds, right? Make sure you guys are tuned in because you won't be disappointed. We go into game one of the Yankees versus the Royals series. We got Carlos Carrasco going up against Seth Lugo. In the top of the third, Bobby Witt Jr. hits a solo home run, his second of the season, to make it 1-0. In the bottom of the fourth, Jazz Chisholm breaks his little streak that he was on, his little slump, hits a solo home run for his sixth of the season to tie it up at 1. And then in the bottom of the fifth, Trent Grisham hits a solo home run for his fourth of the season to make it 2-1. Ben Rice follows that up with a solo home run, his fifth of the year, to make it 3-1. And then Austin Wells comes up also in the bottom of the fifth and hits a solo home run of his own, his third of the season, to make it 4-1, which ended up being the final score. Carlos Carrasco, he pitched tremendous after that horrible start that he had in Detroit. He went 5 innings, giving up only 1 hit, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. His ERA on the year is a 5.94, and his record on the season is 2-1. The losing pitcher was Seth Lugo. He goes 6 2/3 of an inning, giving up 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 3.86 ERA on the year, and his record is 1-2. Devin Williams comes in for the ninth, gets the save. He pitches an inning, gives up a hit, no earned runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts. His ERA on the year is a 7.20. He got his second save of the season. Then we go to game 2. We got Max Fried versus Michael Walker. In the top of the third, MJ Melendez hits a solo home run to start the scoring off. His first of the year, going up 1-0. And then Bobby Witt Jr. hits a double off the wall to make it 2-0. Then in the bottom of the sixth, Yankees offense decided to wake up. Austin Wells walks with the bases loaded, very good at bat to make it 2-1. And then Jason Dominguez comes up with a 3 RBI double down the left field line to make it 4-2, which ended up being the final score. Yankees take game 2 of the series, win the series. Max Fried goes 6 2/3, giving up only 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, 1.88 ERA on the year. He's 3-0 on the season. Michael Walker gets the loss. He goes 5 2/3, giving up 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 4.35 ERA on the season. He is still looking for his first win of the year. He's 0-3 on the season. And Devin Williams comes in for the second consecutive night. He gets his third save of the season, going an inning, giving up no hits, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, and his ERA drops to a 6 flat. Then we go to game 3 of the series. Clark Schmidt's season debut after coming back from the IL against Bubik. In the top of the first, Salvador Perez hits an RBI single to make it 1-0. And then in the bottom of the third, Volpe comes up with a 2 RBI double to make it 2-1. In the bottom of the fourth, Belly hits an RBI double to make it 3-1. Then in the top of the fifth, Isbell hits an RBI triple to make it 3-2. And then Jonathan India comes up with a ground ball for an RBI to tie the game up at 3. And then in the bottom of the seventh, Aaron Judge comes up to the plate, hits a solo home run to give the Yankees the lead. His 7th of the year, 4-3 was the final score. These starting pitchers got the no decision, and the Yankees end up sweeping the Royals. It was a great offensive and defensive all around series. It was a great series. We were able to come back in 2 out of the 3 games. So that shows resiliency from the offense, and that also shows that we can play with the best of them. This Royals team is going to be there at the end of the season in the postseason, right? Uh, this was the ALDS rematch. Everybody has been talking about the Royals like they are one of the top teams in the league, which they should be. They have a great team. They have one of the best players in the entire baseball, in the entire MLB, in Bobby Witt Jr., potential MVP. Who knows? Let's see how the road goes. And yeah, I mean, it's a great series by the Yankees. You love going back to the Bronx and being able to sweep in front of the home crowd. So now we go to my favorite segment of the show, the King of New York, which, if you're new here, is basically just the MVP of that series. And I'm gonna go with the Martian, Jason Dominguez. He batted 3 for 8, and which is good for a 375 average in the series with 3 RBIs. And the strides that he's making defensively are huge, right? Every Yankee fan, every MLB fan that has been paying attention to this kid has been knocking his game on the defensive side of the ball, which is granted because he does not look comfortable out in left field uh, at on certain balls that come his way. But what does he do? He shows up at 4 o'clock and he takes those extra reps, right? He ended up making some very key plays in this series. He made one running back to the track on Salvador Perez. He hit a hard line drive and he jumped up, caught it on the track, and just some some balls that he wouldn't even be close to, he's starting to get a feel for it. So I'm really impressed with the strides that Dominguez is taking defensively and offensively. He's always been a dude, right? Since he was 16 years old when the Yankees signed him down in DR, he's always been a dude that can hit. It's just the question mark of his game is going to be the defensive side of the ball. And it looks like he's starting to take strides to become a better defender. And it's only going to get better from here on out, right? Boone has been subbing him out defensively in the late innings of games because he has Trent Grisham, which Trent Grisham is known for his defensive plays, right? So I don't hate it at all. Actually, in game two of the series, after he got the game winning double, he was subbed out, but it wasn't for defensive reasoning, right? It was because when he swung, the helmet came off and I guess came down on his eyes and knocked out his contacts. And he said it in the post game interview. So, but Dominguez, he's not taking being brought out of the game to heart, because when he gets taken out of the game, if Grisham ends up making a good play or if he has a good at bat and results in hits, he's always the first guy up cheering for him, right? So that's big. Normally, you have these young guys with a lot of ego, like, damn, they took me out. I'm not good enough, blah, blah, blah. But no, this this guy, Dominguez, is all about the team. You can tell he's about the team and wants to do whatever it takes for the team to be successful. And right now, that's what it is. So great job by Boone making those decisions, and that's why I have him winning an award at the end of the year. If you don't know what award I have him winning, check out my other videos on my channel. Then we go to the Yankees and the Rays down in Tampa, or should I say down in Yankee Yankee South, right? Because the Rays are renting out that stadium for the season. And I was actually at game one of the series. I flew down and went to the game, and it was hilarious. I had this one Tampa Bay Rays fan just yelling, "Oh, this is our house," and then the Yankees fans would respond with, "Oh, the rent is due." So that was a good back and forth between fan bases, and of course, the when the game wasn't going his way, the Yankee fans they let him know. They let him know that this is our house. So we get right into it. Will Warren versus Taj Bradley for game one of the series. In the top of the first, Aaron Judge hits an RBI single to make it 1-0. In the bottom of the second, Walls hits a sac fly to make it 1-1. And then in the bottom of the third, Caminero hits a two-run home run, his fifth of the year, to make it 3-1. Then in the top of the fifth, Oswaldo Cabrera hits a solo home run to make it's for his first one of the season to make it 3-2. Then Bellinger comes up with a ground ball for an RBI to tie it up at 3. In the top of the sixth, Jason Dominguez comes up with a ground ball for an RBI to take the lead 4-3. And then Ben Rice hits a 2 RBI single to make it 6-3. Player of this game has to be Ben Rice because he got his first career 4-hit game. It was just, he was hitting the ball hard. Every time he made contact, it sounded like off the bat. It was insane. I love the progress that he's made offensively as well, and it's going to be a tough decision when Giancarlo Stanton is able to come back after his injuries on his elbows. And I feel like having Ben Rice in that role right now doesn't make him rush back, which is huge because a guy like him, he's extremely fragile. He's been extremely fragile in the later 5 years of his career. So if he rushes back, he's most likely going to get injured again, and we don't need that. We need Stanton to come back and be as healthy as he can be. And the way that Ben Rice is playing right now, it's allowing him to take his time in his recovery and make sure that his body is right. The losing pitcher was Taj Bradley. He goes 5 1/3, giving up 9 hits, 6 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts, 5.24 ERA on the year. He gets his first loss of the season, making his record 2-1. Will Warren, not a good start. He went 1 2/3, giving up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, 5.17 ERA on the year. And Devin Williams comes in for the save. He goes an inning, giving up no hits, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. His ERA drops to a 5.14, and he gets his fourth save of the season. And we go to game two, Carlos Rodon versus Drew Rasmussen. And then in the top of the second, Trent Grisham just continues to do what he's been doing all season. Hits an RBI single to make it 1-0, which ended up being the final score. This was a pitching duel. We had Carlos Rodon going 6 innings, giving up only 2 hits, no earned runs, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts, 4.34 ERA on the year. His record is 2-3. Rasmussen goes 5 2/3, giving up 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. His ERA in the season is a .87, and his record goes to 1-1 after suffering his first loss of the year. And Luke Weaver comes in for the save, his second of the year, going 1 inning, giving up no hits, no earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. His ERA is 0. Then we go to game three. We got Carlos Carrasco versus Shane Baz. In the top of the first, Goldschmidt comes up with a ground ball for an RBI to make it 1-0. Jazz Chisholm hits an RBI single to make it 2-0. In the top of the second, Trent Grisham hits a solo home run, his fifth of the year, to make it 3-0. And Yandy Diaz comes up with an RBI single in the bottom of the third to make it 3-1. Judge hits a single for 2 RBIs in the top of the fourth to make it 5-1. Austin Wells gets a sac fly to make it 6-1. Then in the bottom of the fourth, Jack Magnum hits an RBI single to make it 6-2. Then Ben Rotvet hits a 2 RBI single to make it 6-4. Judge hits an RBI single in the top of the ninth to make it 7-4. Goldschmidt comes up with an RBI single to make it 8-4. And then in the bottom of the ninth, Devin Williams comes in with a 4-run lead. Chandler Simpson hits a ground rule double for an RBI to make it 8-5. Yandy Diaz hits an RBI single to make it 8-6. Brandon Lowe hits a 2 RBI single to make it 8-8. Then we go extras. And in the bottom of the 10th, Jonathan Aranda hits a 2-run home run to walk it off on the Yankees. His fourth of the season, final score 10-8. I've heard a lot of people talking about Devin Williams and his poor performances throughout this season, right? I just want to say that he's been used a lot this year, so it's not always going to be 100%, right? At this time, he was used 4 of the last 5 games and 5 of the last 7 games. That's a lot, right? He obviously is one of the best closers in the game, right? But I feel like we have guys that are capable of getting saves other than Devin Williams, which makes this team so good, right? We've got Weaver. We've got that kid Fernando Cruz who we got from the Reds in that trade for Trevino. So if Boone would just mix it up a little bit, right? Don't give anybody that closer title. Just whoever's ready in a certain situation, the way the lineups match up and stuff like that. Let's do that. Let's go with that guy, right? I heard Devin Williams say in his press conference after the game that maybe he's using his changeup a lot, which I can imagine, right? It's his best pitch, right? Remember last year we had Tommy Canley, whose pitch was the changeup, and how many times in a row did the Yankees call it? 43 times, right? So maybe the pitch calling needs to switch up a little bit, right? These hitters, they're looking for that changeup low in the dirt or low in the zone. So just mix it up a little bit. Give Devin Williams a chance to really show his full repertoire of pitches. And I feel like he'll be able to dominate. And I'm really not worried. It's April, right? It's early in the season, and it's going to be a long one. So we just got to strap up and ride it out. Then we go to game 4 of the series, trying to get a series win. We got Max Fried versus Ryan Pepio. In the top of the first batter of the game, Trent Grisham hits a solo home run, his 6th one of the season to go up 1-0. And then in the top of the third, Cody Bellinger hits a ground ball for an RBI to make it 2-0. And then in the top of the 6th, Cody Bellinger hits a solo home run, his 2nd of the season to make it 3-0. Then in the top of the ninth, Austin Wells hits a solo home run to make it 4-0. That was his 4th of the year. And the Yankees win this game and also win the series. It was a 4-game set. We took 3 out of 4 in Yankee South. Max Fried was the winning pitcher, going 7 2/3, giving up 2 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1.42 ERA on the year, and his record is 4-0 on the season. Ryan Pepio gets the loss, going 6 innings, giving up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, 4.82 ERA on the season, and his record is 1-3. Fernando Cruz comes in for the save, his 2nd of the season. He goes an inning in the 3rd, giving up no hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. His ERA on the year is a 1.42. We had some things going on in this game that were like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? So, first of all, we had Max Fried. He was dominating the Rays offense. He had a no-hitter going into the 6th inning. There was a hard hit ground ball by Chandler Simpson. If you don't know that name, he is the fastest guy in baseball. He hits a ground ball to the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt, hits off his wrist. Boom. They call it an error. No hitter still intact. Then we get to the 8th inning, and all of a sudden, there's one less error, and there's a hit in the hit column of the box score. The official score of the game changed it from an error to a hit because he thought that there was no chance of the play being made, which I don't know how you can say that because the Yankees made a play similar to that in Simpson's prior at bat. So how are you going to say that there was no way that we were going to make that play when we literally just did it his last at bat, taking away the no hitter, right? Granted, Max Fried let up a hit in the bottom of the 8th, but still, like, I'm sure, and the defensive plays were just disgusting. Jazz Chisholm making diving plays going into shallow center field. Anthony Volpe fist pumping. He knew what was going on. Trent Grisham making that beautiful diving catch in right center and getting up, throwing the guy out at second base for a double play. We had the pickoff at second base. Christopher Morel, he was falling asleep, and Max Fried turned around, got it to Jazz Chisholm right on the money, able to tag him out to end the inning. Right, the plays were being made and in a no-hitter, there's always one play that saves it, and I felt like it was Jazz's play because it was off the end of the bat, and it was just gonna go right there in between the center fielder and the infielders, and he made the play, and all credit to Jazz, and his defensive play. And then we had Aaron Judge hitting a foul ball. Listen, he hit a ball, cleared the fences, might have cleared the stadium. Umpires call it foul. What does Aaron Boone do? You're gonna look at it. Let's go to New York. They look at it. There was inconclusive evidence that that ball was a home run, or so they kept it a foul ball. Of course, Aaron Boone comes out, says what he has to say, gets ejected, right? And then, and before that happened, Judge ended up striking out on, what was it, a bad call as well. But you got to live with it. Aaron Judge, he took the professional approach after the game. It's like he always does. Says, I mean, it's a spring training stadium, so the foul poles don't go up as high as the MLB stadiums. They're at 30 feet, which is the MLB minimum in the spring training facility for the Yankees. And at every other stadium, they're at 90 feet, right? So if you didn't know, now you know. So he gave the umpires the benefit of the doubt. Just, all right, it happened. We got to move on from it. But Aaron Boone, he let them know that it was not the right call, right? From the ejection to his post game press conference, he said that it didn't make any sense that that call was made and that it was upheld, because if you see the replay, it clearly goes within the foul pole. It was kind of annoying as a Yankee fan, as a person that gambles, because I had Aaron Judge for 2 hits. He ended up only getting 1, and that was the last leg on my parlay. So it would have helped out everybody. But it is what it is, right? So Yankees take 3 out of 4. Now we get to the King of New York for this series. I'm going with Max Fried. He's been pitching lights out. He's the guy to step up when Garrett Cole got injured. He's expected to be our ace this season, and he's shown that he's ready to take that lead and take that title and just run with it, because his pitching has been phenomenal this season. Every time he goes out to start, it's just a masterclass. He has 7 pitches in his repertoire, and he's able to throw the curveball for strikes. He's able to get batters to swing at pitches out of the zone. So he's pitching dominant. And his pickoff move to first base is one of the best. And he's learning from one of the best as well, in Andy Pettitte. So now we go on the road to Cleveland. We got a 3-game set starting up tonight at 6:10. We play the Guardians. So make sure you guys tune into that. And make sure you guys are tuned in to the next episode where I recap that series as well. I hope everybody had a great Easter with your family and your friends. And yeah, a great weekend as well. So to a great week. Let's start off right. Happy Monday. And I will see you guys next time on BWT. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.